And let us go to the agenda and see what is part of the agenda and what is covered so far. I have given overview about SSH software, properties file and the daemon process and important settings. These are the things which are covered. Let me recap here. Once the operating system is installed on the remote server, we will have a SSHD service running on it, and we can control the behavior by going to the location /etc/SSH. There will be a file called SSHD config. If you want to enable password login, if you want to disable password login, if you want to disable root login to the server, all those things can be controlled by manipulating this file. And whenever there are changes, the changes will only be in effect once the service is restarted. Otherwise, the changes will not be in effect. And then to connect using passwordless login from your PC or from other machine than this machine, then on the machine from where you want to connect, you need to identify from which user you are trying to connect. There you have to generate the private key and public key by using SSH keygen, and you need to make sure the permissions on .ssh from on the source machine is 700 and the permission on the private key is 600. Then you have to take this public key, ship it to the remote machine and update the authorized keys. Contents of live demo.pub should be written to .ssh authorized keys. Here we are saying that, okay, authorize whoever have the private key for this corresponding public key which is added to authorized keys, and this can have multiple keys, multiple sources and multiple users from each source. And on top of this, once you generate this private and public keys, instead of shipping the public key and then updating the authorized keys file, what you can do is, in this case I am opening the authorized keys and removing this file. Don't open authorized keys like this, it is not safe. But I just created one instance with a different key, fine with this, but generally you should not be opening authorized keys files like this in live demos. Now I removed the key which is copied by us manually. Instead of manually copying with SCP and then updating authorized keys, there is a shortcut command called SSH copy ID, and then using SSH copy ID you can give the username and then hostname, and in this case I want to copy non-default one. If it is ID RSA public key that needs to be copied, you don't need to give any path, but in this case I'm using the non-default one, which is nothing but .ssh live demo. So what it will do, for the first time it will prompt for the password and it will pick the public key related to this, and then it will not only copy into this server, it will update the authorized keys also. So you can run this command. You can see here, attempting to log in with the new keys, source of keys to be installed. This is the key which it is trying to install, and then it is attempting to log in with the new keys to filter out any that are already installed. So if it is already installed, it will throw out error saying that it is already installed. First it will try to log in to confirm that the public key is not already copied to authorized keys. If attempt fails, then it will prompt for the password and then it will copy the public key. So for the first time you have to enter the password, and now the public key will be copied, and from now onwards you can run something like this. But again, as we are using non-default file names for the public and private keys, we have to use /i .ssh live demo, the private key path, and then we can actually copy paste this one. The reason why it is failing is .ssh grep live demo, because my private key permissions is compromised, it is failing. What I have to do, I just have to say chmod 600 .ssh live demo. Now it will work without any issues. So this is about SSH.